Hi everyone, I'm Petrik here. So today's video, this will be a late video because today I'll be talking about all the books that I got in the month of September. I just realized that I actually haven't posted my September book haul video, and well, the month of September, I think in terms of quantity, it is the most insane one so far this year, I think, because I got almost if we're counting the manga as well, I got almost 50 books. Yeah, so let's get started immediately. The first one is the manga that I got because this is a box set of Tokyo Ghoul Re. So yeah, it is absolutely gorgeous, right? I have always wanted a copy of this box set, but right now, the box set of the first one, Tokyo Ghoul, this is Tokyo Ghoul Re. So this is the sequel series to Tokyo Ghoul. I don't have that yet, but I already purchased that. So this one, I got it for, I think, it was $90? $90 for all 16 volumes of Tokyo Ghoul Re by Sui Ishida, and that was kind of like a bargain to me, so I end up buying this one. And that's really all the manga that I bought in the month of September. Now let's talk about the novels that I got, and this one I will start with one of the most beautiful editions that I ever owned, and it is The Summer Tree by Guy Gavrilke, the Grim Oak Press edition. This is one of Grim Oak Press' recent publication. I do believe that this is the most beautiful one. The illustration by Julian Delval is out of this world, and this metallic typography here, it is just super stunning. And I do think that this might be even more beautiful than Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn trilogy Grim Oak Press edition. And that's saying a lot because I absolutely love Donato Giancola's illustration. I will talk about Stone of Farewell after this one, but this one, this is definitely a winner. I will show more of the illustration. This is the spine. This is the back cover. It is a wraparound artwork, and I will show you one of the illustrations here. It is so beautiful. Ta-da! And now, let's talk about Stone of Farewell. And this one, honestly, the Stone of Farewell Grim Oak Press edition, this is again another cover art by Donato Giancola, and this is a wraparound artwork as well. And this is honestly gifted to me by my friend Arlis. Thank you so much, Arlis, for giving me this one because I was already going to give up on collecting Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn trilogy because I became the art director for the broken binding edition of Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn trilogy by Tertullians. Plus, this one is so much more expensive. But Arlis offered to get me this one, and of course, I couldn't deny that that present. So now I have this absolutely beautiful edition. All the illustrations inside, they are absolutely incredible. I'm going to show just one of them here. You can actually find this on the net. There are so many illustrations of this edition now. Ta-da! This is one of them. And yeah, this is gorgeous. If you have read the book, you know what scene this is. And yeah, this is the two Grim Oak Press edition that I got in the month of September. And suffice to say, they are some of my most precious editions now. And speaking of the broken binding earlier, I want to showcase two broken binding books that I got last month. The first one you might have noticed from my background here. It is missing. So it is Jade Legacy by Fonda Lee. And yeah, I love this one very much. It is one of my favorite books of all time. And this is a wraparound cover art done by Randy Vargas. And I'm really glad. This is this first set. This is the first set from the broken binding where I actually worked on and arrived at my place. And I will always treasure this one, especially because the Green Bone Saga is my favorite trilogy of all time. And it features cover art by Randy Vargas and end paper and also edges by Charis Look. Really happy with the result of this one, and I love everything about this one as well. After the polarizing and mixed reception of the reveals, it has been kind of surreal to see now so many positive receptions of the Green Bone Saga Broken Binding edition, and I'm happy that we persevere with the art direction. This is a collaborative work between me, the artist, and also the Broken Binding, and I'm really glad that we all persevered and went through with it. Even though, yeah, it was stressful for quite a while during the reveal, but it is a learning lesson, and I hope that I can always do my best whenever I get to work as an art director for the Broken Binding again. And the next Broken Bunny book that I got, this is for a book by Bradley Beaulieu. This is The Dragons of Deepwood Fen. And yeah, I haven't read this one. I have only read The 12 Kings in Sharakai by Bradley Beaulieu, and I felt mixed about that one, but because this is, I think, a Dragon Rider epic fantasy by the author, so I'm curious to find out how this one will go for me. So I asked from the Broken Bunny whether I can have a review copy of the book, and yeah, this is it. This is the edges, this is the cover art, it's beautiful. And another copy that I got from Orbit Books and also from the Broken Binding, I will just show the one that I got from the Broken Binding instead, but this is basically the same edition. This is A Tide of Black Steel by Anthony Ryan. So I have read The Pariah by Anthony Ryan. So this is the first book of a sequel series to that series, the Covenant of Steel trilogy. This is the sequel to that series, and I believe this is a Viking setting inspired epic fantasy. And I really enjoyed The Pariah. I haven't read the sequel to that one yet, so it might be a while before I get around to reading this one because I have to finish reading the Covenant of Steel trilogy first, but I look forward to it. I think so far all the receptions for The Martyr and also The Traitor, I think all of them have been very positive, and this one, A Tide of Black Steel as well. And yeah, I got 2 copies of this one, but this is the Broken Binding edition. The only difference is that this one has these edges and also this end paper and I think board art as well. Yeah, foil on the board. But overall, the content, it all remained the same to the standard hardback edition. As for the remaining 3 books I got from Orbit, the first one is The Gods Below by Andrea Stewart. Beautiful cover art by Sasha Vinogradova. And again, I haven't read this one yet. I have read the Drowning Empire trilogy, or the Drowned Empire trilogy by Andrea Stewart that starts with The Bone Shard Daughter, and I really love The Bone Shard Daughter. I enjoyed the trilogy basically, and I expect great things from The Gods Below as well. And I think this one has a unique and also fascinating magic system. And when it comes to Andrea Stewart, especially with the Drowning Empire trilogy, I consider The Bone Shard Daughter to be the best of the trilogy. So maybe it will be the case again for this one. I don't know, but hopefully the first book will at the very least be another awesome book, and I look forward to reading this as soon as I can. And then I also got a copy of Warlords of Weirdwood by R.J. Barker. This is the sequel to The Gods of Weirdwood, and when it comes to R.J. Barker's, I like to wait until I have all 3 books before I read the entire trilogy. I think that's the best experience when it comes to reading R.J. Barker's books, whether it's the Wounded Kingdom trilogy or the Tide Child trilogy, it all felt the same. Not the content of the book, but the experience. I think for me, it was better when I binge read them. And I still think that the Wounded Kingdom trilogy by R.J. Barker is a criminally underrated fantasy trilogy. And I look forward to reading this one whenever the 3rd book is about to be published. And finally, the last book that I got from Orbit Books, it is Red Sonja by Gail Simone. But yeah, I don't know anything about this one. I think some has mentioned that this is a character from a comic or from a TV show or movies. Again, Red Sonja, but I don't know anything about this. This was sent to me as a review copy to read and review. And if you have read this book or you know about Red Sonja, do let me know what you think about the character and the story. And yeah, I guess I will give this one a try because this one is actually super popular. The character Red Sonja is apparently super popular, and this is the first time I heard anything about it. But yeah, this was the final book from Orbit that I got last month. And before I move on to the books that I got from Bed Books, I want to show one book here. This is The Devils by Joe Abercrombie. You might have seen me talking about this one in my wrap-up video, but this is an advanced reading copy that I actually got at WorldCon. So yeah, I forgot to talk about this in my YouTube channel, but this advanced reading copy is something that I will always treasure because Joe Abercrombie actually signed this, personalized to be right in front of my face. So yeah, this advanced reading copy of The Devils, I will always treasure this, and as of now, The Devils is still the best epic fantasy book, new epic fantasy book that I read this year. Onward to the next portion, the next 10 books, these are all from Ben Books, and I want to say thank you so much to Ben Books and also Christopher Rocchio. Really, I will talk about that more really soon, but really thank you so much to Ben Books and also Christopher Rocchio for making this happen. So Christopher Rocchio actually recommended a series to me. These are series from DJ Butlers, and especially I think the name of the series is Witchy Eye. or Witchy Kingdoms. But yeah, the first book starts with Witchy Eye. Yeah, this is the first book with a cover art by Dan Dos Santos. And then this is the second book, Witchy Winter. And then after that, we have the third book, Witchy Kingdom. And finally, the fourth book, Serpent Daughter. All of them beautiful cover art by Dan Dos Santos. And yeah, Christopher Occhio recommended this series to me. He recommended it very, very highly. And he talked to me about the premise of the book, about the series. And you know what? I think I will have to give this series a try. It seems like a wonderful blend of magic, technology, and also alternative history. And I look forward to reading this series as soon as I can. And on top of that, I also received 2 books from DJ Butlers as well. These are for the Cunning Man duology, I think. The first book is The Cunning Man, and then the second book is The Jupiter Knife. So yeah, it is beautiful. All illustrations are done by one of my favorite artists of all time, Dan Dos Santos. And on top of this, recommendations from Christopher Occhio, I think because I live so far away, Ben Books might as well include more epic fantasy novels in the package. So they included I think the saga of the Forgotten Warrior by Larry Correa. Again, don't know anything about this one at all, but this is Son of the Black Sword. And then after that, we have Destroyer of Worlds. And by the way, the back cover here, wow! I don't know why this is on the back cover. I think this should be on the front cover, but this is absolutely gorgeous. And then after that, we have House of Assassins. Again, a case of the back cover looking so much better. And finally, this is Tower of Silence. The front cover looks better here, but the back cover, again, is still the winner. Don't know anything about this one. If you have read this, let me know what you think about this series. And again, I want to say thank you so much to Ben Books and Christopher Occhio for making this care package happen. So we have arrived at the last portion of today's book haul video. This is for the self-published fantasy portion, but there is something special about today self-published fantasy portions because this month everything is from Merrick Books, and you know what that means, right? If you have been following my channel, then these are all Kickstarter special edition products. So if you have always wondered whether the special edition products are good, amazing, or maybe they are not satisfying enough, this is your chance to find out. So let's start from the first one. This is for the standard edition first. Let's start with Deception by A.C. Coble. So A.C. Coble is actually the man and the owner behind Merrick Books, and this is one of his books. This is the third book in the Warhide series. I believe Warhide will be 5 books long, and this cover art is done by Daniel Kamarudin. So this is not a part of the deluxe edition usually published by Merrick Books, but even though it is not part of their deluxe hardcover edition, it still comes with plenty of interior illustrations by Daniel Kamarudin as well. And I heard this is A.C. Coble's best series so far. I think with only 2 books remaining, once that final book is out, I will be reading this series. So there's a good chance the Warhide series will be a part of my priority series in the year 2025. And now let's talk about the deluxe edition stuff. I'm going to start with The Legend of Tal by J.D.L. Rossell. So this is the first book in the Legend of Tal series, and the title is A King's Bargain. The cover art, all the cover art here, they are done by Rachel St. Clair. And yeah, this is so beautiful. It is gilded edges, and it comes with this end paper, a map of the series, and of course, plenty of beautiful interior artworks. Like, I'm going to show this one. This is done by Andrew Maleski. And yeah, by the way, every Merrick Books, all of them comes with acid-free paper and also Smithsonian binding, and such as this one. Ta-da! This is a gorgeous edition. This is done by, I think the name of the cover artist is Madeline Design, and this is for The Other Magic by Derek Smythe. And yeah, this is a beautiful design. So many gold and black here, and I love it. Again, gilded edges, and it comes with once again a map of the series on the end paper, and also the original cover art on the back cover. And then there are plenty of interior illustrations inside as well. I'm going to show 1 or 2 of them here. This is one of them, and guess what? This is actually by Jeff Brown. So as you can see, this is a good art, but Jeff Brown has come a long way since this illustration as well, in my opinion, and he actually admitted that. So yeah, and then let's try to find one more. I think there is one that looks really good here. I think it's this one. This is it. This is a 2-page art inside the book as well. And this is a great production. Really love the design here. And now let's talk about these 3 books. And then moving on to the next one, we have The Dark Prophet Saga by Zachary Pike. So this is for Orconomics, Son of a Leech, and also the 3rd book in the trilogy. Hold on, let me show you the cover art. This is Dragon Fired. So yeah, some of you might know Orconomics, this one. This is the cover of the 1st book. Some of you might know Orconomics from its win in the SPFBL competition. It won a very high average rating, and also I haven't read this one. This has been recommended a lot to those who love reading Kings of the Wild, but back then when I tried reading this, I don't think I was in the right reading mood for it. But this used the same cover art as the standard edition, but the design here, even just by adding gilded edges, I think it is a nice touch, because this is about economy. The epic fantasy here, it features economy and also money. So here we have a bronze edges, and then in Son of a Leech, we have silver. And of course, finally, in the 3rd and the final book, we have a gold gilded edges. I think these 3 gilded edges, they add a nice touch. But of course, inside there are some interior illustrations. Not a lot, just a few here, but this is the map. And then we have these black and white illustrations at the front of each book, a unique one. So this is for Orconomics, and then I will show you the one for, let's say this one, Dragon Fired. I haven't read this trilogy yet, as I said, so some of you probably can tell me whether these illustrations fit the content of the book or not. So this is for Dragon Fired. They are beautiful black and white artwork, and I look forward to reading this trilogy. Not gonna lie, I'm really interested, especially because the trilogy is now completed. So I want to say thank you so much really to Zachary Pike and also Merrick Books for sending me this trilogy. Ta-da! And yeah, there is a box set. You can actually see it here. See, this is the box set for The Dark Prophet Saga by Zachary Pike. And moving on to the next one, we have The Shadow Watch by S.A. Klopfenstein. This is the paperback edition. This is done by, the cover art is done by Sutiwat Dechakampu, and this is actually a part of the interior illustrations in the deluxe hardcover. Ta-da! This is the main deal. This is the deluxe hardcover edition of Shadow Watch, and the cover art is done by Rachel St. Clair, and this is the back cover. There is no magic without monsters. I really like Rachel St. Clair's foiling on the board. That's why I have worked with her on Memory, Sorrow, and Dawn trilogy by Tad Williams, the Broken Binding edition as well. I think she's really good at what she does, and for this edition, the front end paper is done by Omer Burak Onal. And yeah, you can take a look at some of the interior art here. This one is done by Andrew Maleski. So this is the kind of thing that you can probably expect from Merrick Books production, the fantasy series anyway. So you will have interior illustrations, usually fully colored, like this one. Again, this is by Sutiwat Dechakampu. And then it will come with gilded edges and foiling by Rachel St. Clair or maybe Madeline Design. But all the books will have acid-free paper and also Smithson binding, and again, plus interior illustrations. Not always, but most of the time they will have them. But this next few one that I'm going to show, these are examples where they don't have any new interior illustrations except for the end papers. So this is for Dragon's Rising by Alicia Klafeke. It is a beautiful design on the front here. Exterior, it looks really nice, and I haven't read the series yet. This is the spine. Again, beautiful foiling. This is the back cover, and this is the gilded edges. So for this one, it comes with the new end paper, and it is a beautiful end paper. This is the map, and also this is, I think, a quote from the book. However, it doesn't have any new interior illustrations except this black and white art on the front. And I think that's a bit of a shame, because this is your deluxe edition, and I think when we're making this kind of stuff, I think we have to include at least at least some black and white, more black and white interior illustrations. Relatively, they're not too expensive to produce because usually with this kind of Kickstarter campaign, you do earn a lot of money, more than enough to actually commission black and white artwork. And yeah, this is the back and paper by Omer Burak Onal as well. So my recommendation, if any self-published fantasy authors want to make this kind of deluxe edition, I do recommend you to at least include some interior illustrations as well. Even black and white, that will be super helpful. And for the next one, this is for Fate of the Wizardoms by Jeffrey Kohanek. And this one, I think it features new interior illustrations, black and white, but of the characters, not actually of the scene, but of the characters. But overall, I still think it would have been better if it has more interior illustrations, especially if they're fully colored. But again, that's my opinion. And finally, when we're talking about all art production, let's talk about this final book that I'm going to showcase today. This is for the Frit Chronicles by Shami Stovall. This is a great example of an author going all out in producing their books. This is for the first two books in the Frit Chronicles series that are compiled into one omnibus. And this is, the cover art is done by Madeline Design. This is the spine. This is the back cover. A true knight stands firm in the face of overwhelming darkness. So for this one, it comes with this map. It is slightly damaged here, but I don't think it is their fault, so no worries on that. But again, I want to say this is an amazing production because why? Well, take a look at this. In the last 100 pages of this book, we have the mythical creature bestiary, and beyond this page, everything here, they are fully colored, and we have like 70 fully colored interior illustrations inside this one book. So if you move probably 2 pages here, 1, 2, tada, another artwork. Not gonna lie, yeah. See? And there are 70. Not gonna, probably around 60 or 70 illustrations, and I can only say it is absolutely impressive. I don't think I have seen many fantasy books with this kind of many interior illustrations inside, especially if they are fully colored. The book itself has been pitched as Pokemon meets Harry Potter, so with this kind of artwork, with this kind of many interior artworks, I think when we're reading the books and we read the name of the monsters, we can go back here, we can go to the back of the book and just find the illustration of the monster, and I think that is such a nice touch to enhance your reading experience. And yeah, amazing really. See, so many of them, and again, well done Shami Stovall, well done Merrick Books on this production. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for today's video. That's in total almost 50 books, I think 45 books in total. And I just want to say thank you so much to every author, every publisher, and my friends, and yeah, everyone really who keep on giving me books to read and review. Every day I struggle with limited space, but I think that's kind of like a good problem to have. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it from me today. Do let me know what you think about all the books that I showcased today. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for your support. Bye bye. Lastly, I want to say thank you so much once again to all my patrons who keep on supporting me.